Today, we're going to take a look at a piece of advice that is so common, it's pretty much just background noise in our lives. It's supposed to help you, to empower you, but what if it's actually the one thing that's holding you back? You've heard it. I know you have. You've heard it from mentors, from your parents. You've seen it on a million motivational posters. It's the thing people always say when you're feeling stuck or a little lost. It's meant to be this little shot of inspiration. But what if that well-meaning advice is, in reality, a trap? What if it's not just kind of useless, but actually makes things worse? Well, that's the big question we're digging into today. All right, so what are we talking about here? It's this one simple phrase that seems to promise the world, but when you really look at it, it doesn't give you anything to actually do. And there it is, believe in yourself. I mean, it sounds great, right? It feels good to hear, it's easy to say, and it is everywhere in the self-help world. The intention behind it is perfect, to spark some confidence, to get you moving, but the way it actually works, well, that's where it all gets a little messy. Now, let's be super clear here. Belief is not a bad thing. Belief is awesome. The problem is when we treat it like the starting line, like it's step one, but it's not. It's actually the finish line. It's the outcome of a process. And thinking you have to start with belief leads you right into what you could call the confidence trap. This is sort of the hidden danger of that advice, where trying so hard to follow it can leave you feeling even more defeated than when you started. Believing yourself is really the king of what we'd call generic advice. I mean, think about it. How do you do that? What's the verb? There are no instructions. It kind of implies that the reason you're stuck is because of some personal, psychological weakness, instead of what's usually the real issue. You just don't have a specific skill yet. And this creates this really frustrating, damaging loop. It goes like this. You're stuck, someone tells you, hey, just believe in yourself more. So you try, you pump yourself up, you say some affirmations, but the situation doesn't actually change because you haven't learned anything new. And what's the result? You end up feeling worse, thinking, wow, what's wrong with me? I can't even follow this simple advice. And this right here, this is the absolute core of the problem. Trying to force yourself to believe you can do something when you don't have the skills to back it up doesn't create confidence. It just creates a ton of pressure. Okay, so if trying to force belief is the wrong way to go, what's the right way? It's time to completely flip the script and really understand where true, solid confidence actually comes from. So here's the secret. Real confidence isn't some feeling you just conjure up out of thin air. It's something that just shows up when three very specific, very concrete things are in place. You know what the right steps are. You know how to perform those steps, and this is the big one, you've seen it work with your own two eyes. You have proof from experience. You see, it's a byproduct. It's the natural result you get after you've put in the work of learning and practicing and actually seeing some success. You can't start with confidence, but you can absolutely earn it along the way. And that brings us to the real hero of this story, skills. The moment we shift our focus away from this vague idea of belief and onto the very concrete process of building a skill, the entire game just changes. Yeah, focusing on skills is a total game changer for a few reasons. First, it makes things easier on your brains. You're not just running on raw willpower. Second, it gives you real-time feedback so you can actually see yourself getting better. And maybe most importantly, it builds earned confidence, the kind that's quiet, solid, and doesn't disappear when you have one bad day. You know, maybe the biggest change is this. You stop saying things like, I'm just not a confident person. Instead, you can say, you know what? My technique on that one part needs a little work. See the difference? It takes the problem away from who you are and puts it into the category of what you can do. So let's just put it side by side. The old way says, believe first, then maybe you'll act. This new way completely flips it. It's practice, which leads to competence, and that competence is what finally builds real belief. We're swapping out empty affirmations for actual drills, and we're trading that temporary feeling of motivation for the deep, lasting power of mastery. So how can you start using this right now? It really starts with changing the question you ask yourself whenever you feel that sense of being stuck. Instead of asking, why can't I just believe in myself? Ask yourself this. This question is so powerful because it's not about you at all. It's about your toolkit. It immediately pulls your brain out of that self-judgment spiral and kicks it into problem-solving mode. And look at what that one simple change in questioning does.
It moves you from worrying about your identity to focusing on execution. You stop beating yourself up and you start building skills. And you trade that vague, fragile goal of confidence for the real-world results of practical power. If you remember just one thing from all of this, please let it be this. You don't get unstuck by trying to believe harder. That's not how it works. You get unstuck by actually becoming more capable.
And you know the beautiful thing is, when you just focus on building those capabilities, that belief you were chasing, it just sort of shows up on its own. It's not loud or flashing. It's this quiet, steady feeling that comes from knowing deep down that you can handle things.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Forget about believing in yourself for a little while. Instead, just ask this. What's one small, specific, trainable skill you can practice this week that would make your life even a tiny bit easier? Start right there.